freedom.com.
Know-how! Goop, gunk, sludge, whatever you want to call it. It's the stuff that makes your engine just plain dirty. Luckily, the active cleaning power of Pennzoil Conventional Motor Oil, just $3.39 a quart at Napa, helps keep your engine clean. So pick up Pennzoil Conventional for $3.39 a quart at Napa and say goodbye to gunk. That's Napa know-how. General states pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees. Offer expires 6/30/16.
660 AM. The Answer. The Wells Report. Must hear radio on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Our guest is Dr. John Lott. He has written the Regnery title, The War on Guns, Arming Yourself Against Gun Control Lies. He is a researcher. He's got a PhD, and he's the president of Crime Prevention Research Center. Doctor, again, thanks very much for joining us. We sincerely appreciate your call.
Sure. Thanks for having me on.
Let me get to Jason in Flower Mound, Texas. Jason, what is your question, and question only, for the author of The War on Guns, Arming Yourself Against Gun Control Lies?
How do you get on the terrorist watch list? Is it by word, deed, act, by association? Is there a review process? In other words, is it strictly one person can put you on, or does it have to go through a committee?
All right. I don't know whether you know anything about that, Doctor, but your thoughts would be welcome.
Right. I mean, there are about 810,000 people on the terror watch list right now. I guess something like 55,000 on the no-fly list. And, there's no formal review process. People can essentially put up names. Just a single individual can have you put on the list. Again, it doesn't even have to have anything to do with what you have done. A lot of people on the list are there simply because the government wants to talk to them. It used to be under the Bush administration, they would want to talk to you about something that you might know, maybe about somebody else involved in terrorism, but now it's kind of morphed into the government can talk to you about virtually anything. In fact, one of the things that people may not realize, because I guess many of the press haven't even read Dianne Feinstein's bill that was in the Senate dealing with this no-fly list and the terror watch list, is that all that's required under her bill to ban you from being able to go and buy guns is somebody from the Justice Department will put your name in there, and it doesn't even have to be related to terrorism. They say it can be for anything. If they think that there's a quote-unquote reasonable chance that you might do something illegal, that's all they need. That's a very low standard, a reasonable chance. That's not even a 50% probability. So they could say there's, a 25% probability can be a reasonable chance that you would do something illegal, then the government could go and ban you without any type of hearing. Simply one official in the Justice Department could make it so you couldn't buy guns. And, as you just mentioned, with the IRS behavior, you could have a lot of abuse for that, given the political nature of administrations.
Well, there's no doubt about it. I mean, in a political dirty trick, Teddy Kennedy was put on that list early on.
Well, it wasn't a dirty trick, and it was the British had, there was somebody in the Irish Republican Army who they gave a name to the United States. So it's not even just the United States that puts names on this.
I see.
And the problem is that they look for similar names. So there was somebody who had a name similar to Ted Kennedy that they put on, and he was stopped from flying. Senator Kennedy was stopped from flying 5 times because his name was simply similar to somebody else. One of the big people just don't understand how much of a mess the background check system is for buying guns, because virtually everybody who's stopped is what we call false positive. So when President Clinton or President Obama or Hillary Clinton say that there have been 2.4 million dangerous or prohibited people that have been stopped from buying guns because of background checks, that's simply a lie. Because what they should say is there have been 2.4 million initial denials. You wouldn't count the 5 times that Ted Kennedy was stopped from flying as 5 times you stopped a terrorist from flying, I assume. But that's essentially the way they count it when they're counting up these things for denials of being able to go and purchase a gun. And when you're talking about 2.4 million people, there may be a small but significant group of people who may have really needed a gun for self-defense. And the problem is that the denials basically are racist. And the reason why I say that is that people tend to have names similar to others in their group. So 40% of Vietnamese have the same last name. Hispanics tend to have names similar to other Hispanics. Blacks tend to have names similar to other blacks. And the problem is that 30% of black males, for example, in the United States, are legally forbidden from being able to go and buy guns because of a criminal record. Well, if you have Jamal or some other name like that, who are they most likely to have a similar name to? It'll be another black. And so it'll be a black male. So you have law-abiding, good black male citizens who may really need a gun for self-defense, who went in and simply because they have a name similar to somebody that the government does want to stop, just like in Ted Kennedy's case, they'll be stopped from buying a gun. And the same's true with Hispanics, for example, though it's not as extreme. And so, you have a real problem there. It's the most vulnerable people in our society who may need the guns, according to my research anyway, the most to be able to defend themselves. The people who are most likely to be victims of violent crime who are being improperly stopped. And it's even worse than that because under the Clinton and Bush administrations, when somebody was stopped, the government would go through, eventually check, find out that they had made mistakes, send a letter to the person saying, we're sorry, things are cleared up, go and try to buy your gun again. Well, the Obama administration about 8 months ago pulled the final remaining people off of double checking these things. And so in order to do anything, you have to fill out a bunch of forms. So usually, really what you're forced to do is to go and hire a lawyer. And so, if you're talking about poor blacks or poor Hispanics that are being disproportionately stopped from being able to go and buy guns, to go and require them to spend a couple $1,000s on being able to go and buy a gun, or, to fix up the mess on the background checks. And the thing is, of those 2.4, virtually all, literally over 99% of the people who are stopped are these false positives. They stopped the wrong person.
Unbelievable. Dr. John Lott is the author of The War on Guns, Arming Yourself Against Gun Control Lies. You got to have this. You can find out more about the book by going to John R. Lott at blogspot.com. And you can also, as he is the president of the Crime Prevention Research Center, you can go to crimeresearch.org and find out more. Again, The War on Guns, we'll have this up on the Wells Report page of 660 AM The Answer, so you can get your copy of this book by the august John Lott. Sir, thank you so much for this time. We sincerely appreciate it. We're going to keep your phone number, and we're looking forward to hearing more of your work as a researcher and, of course, as the president of the Crime Prevention Research Center.
Sure, thanks. The center is probably the best place to go. The website for there is crimeresearch.org.
Okay.
crimeresearch.org.
Indeed.
Thank you very much.
Certainly, sir. Thank you very much for joining us, Dr. John Lott, on the Wells Report here on 660 AM The Answer. And he has written an article that bears some review here. He makes some very straightforward and very good points. Everyone wants to do something to stop the attacks. One thing we know does matter: ending gun-free zones. You've said it. I've said it. We've talked about this for years at this point. We are going to have to find a way to be allowed to defend ourselves in more places than we are right now. Again, the guy that made the most sense to me when it came to this was Governor Rick Perry. Governor Perry made it very, very plain. He said that if you are willing to turn your information over to DPS, to have your background checked out, to give up your fingerprints, to become a part of those known in the United States, to give up your privacy or anonymity, you ought to be able to take that gun with you anywhere you want to go. And I agree completely. CHL holders do not commit crime. None of us drink while we're carrying. Never. It's just not done. I don't have any problem whatsoever paying 50 cents, a buck a drink in order to have 4 security guards there for an evening if I'm going to go someplace clubbing or something. I mean, I wouldn't do that, but I mean, think of it for a moment. And everybody says, well, there were 3 guys that were armed that were on the premises when this guy, when this Omar Mateen got into Pulse. Yeah. They said, well, they weren't able to stop him. Well, there are all kinds of reasons why they probably weren't able to stop him. Like, for example, you're standing on the outside of a crowd of people with a wall behind you. In front of you, standing in a middle of a group of people, is a gunman. He can just open fire and blast away because his job is to kill as many people in the room as possible. Your job is to stop him and not put a 9mm round through the head of the guy standing behind him. I guarantee you that these officers were not in a position of making shots necessary to be. And they kept working and working and working to get themselves a better position, which is why the guy fell back to the bathroom. They just can't open fire willy-nilly. It takes some just plain honest to goodness talk. What the Democrats are doing right now is dishonest. It's just plain dishonest. It's also stupid. What they're doing is they're making it more difficult for people to have the very tools necessary to defend themselves. Nothing has pleased me more in the last week or so than to hear the stories of predominantly LGBT gun groups, gun enthusiasts, welcoming 200, 300, 400% more members thanks to this attack. You are in a position where you have to protect yourself. You simply must. You simply must. Should the government be able to deny you the right to protect yourself simply because it wants to ask you about someone you might know? This is what Dr. Lott was talking about before he left. Should the government be able to do that without having to seek a court decision? No, they shouldn't. If they want to talk to you, they should go get a warrant or a summons or something. Show up at your home, knock on the door. Hey, we'd like to talk to you about this, that, such and so. We'll see you at the deposition. And then you go and give whatever testimony you have. We know how to do this. But the slimy innuendo of somebody putting you on the no-fly list is just plain dangerous. And all of this hyperbole, all of this demagoguery about terrorists are being able to buy guns in the United States is poppycock. People can buy weapons in the United States, but there are laws that need to get passed long before we get to the point where the rank and file American citizen would be impacted. Okay, so we have foreign actors. We have foreign nationals coming to the nation. Do you know how they can get a weapon tomorrow? They don't have to have a green card. All they have to do is have a visa. What they do is they go down to Cabela's and buy a hunting license. And then with their hunting license, they can go and buy a weapon and ammunition. And they're not an American citizen. And they're here on a visa. You're talking about a hole that really, really hurts we, the people of the United States. There's one for you. Why didn't one of these, butt-sitting Democrats in the House chamber come up with that idea? No, Dr. John Lott is right on the money. Right on the money. He is. You should get the book, The War on Guns, Arming Yourself Against Gun Control Lies. You can find out more about it by going to crimeresearch.org, crimeresearch.org. Again, my thanks to Dr. John Lott as he's joined us on the Wells Report here on 660 AM The Answer. answer. We'll be back with more of the Wells Report in just a moment. Some companies just don't want your conservative dollars. Well, actually, they want your dollars, but what they want to do is turn your conservative dollars into liberal ones. Hi, I'm Jon-David Wells from the Wells Report. You don't get to do this very often, but this time you get to choose where your money goes. Does it matter to you that companies like Target use your money to promote the left? It bothers me. I've asked Susan not to shop at Target. But Target's not the only company that uses your money against you. Big mobile cell phone companies do the very same thing. Remember former Congressman Allen West? He's former Congressman Allen West because of one of these very same big mobile cell phone companies. We don't have to patronize companies that use our money to undermine our beliefs. That's why it's time for you to move to Patriot Mobile. 5% of every dollar that you spend on your phone bill is immediately donated to causes you and I believe in. Right now, get a Samsung Galaxy S5 or iPhone 5S with unlimited talk, text, and data for only $50 a month. Call Patriot Mobile today, 1-800-A-PATRIOT, 1-800-A-PATRIOT, or check out patriotmobile.com. Tell them you heard about it on the Wells Report.
More of the Wells Report is coming up next on 660 AM. The Answer.
Hi, this is Andy Tuttle, host of Tuttle Talk every Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. right here on 660 AM. The Answer. We're in a real estate market where there's a lot of difficulty, but in difficulty, there's a lot of opportunity as well. Buying, selling, avoiding foreclosure, modifying your credit, all these things are so important to your livelihood. This show is dedicated to cutting through some of the big headlines that you see out there, teaching win in any marketplace. Again, 60 AM The Answer. I look forward to speaking with you.
Dennis Gibbs, the boat guy here, host of the Big Boat and Outdoor Show, sponsored by DallasBoatsForSale.com. Let me break it down for you. We talk about boats and boating, boat ramps, marinas, lakes and water levels, boat sales, sailboats, sailing, anchoring, sinking, grounding, buying, selling, and enjoying the fun out on the water. You picking up what I'm putting down? If it floats, we talk about it every Saturday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer.
I used to love wearing dresses and shorts. Then I started getting spider veins, and even worse, those embarrassing, bulging, varicose veins. For a while, I covered up my legs, but then I discovered Vein Clinics of America.
Vein Clinics of America is the oldest, largest, most experienced vein treatment center in the U.S., and for 35 years, they've been the leading expert in the treatment of vein disease. Using state-of-the-art laser and minimally invasive treatments, they can begin restoring the natural beauty of your legs in as little as an hour with no downtime, and most treatments are covered by your insurance.
My legs look great and feel great. I even love wearing summer dresses and shorts again.
Make sure your legs look and feel their best for summer. Call now and schedule a free fast-track consultation to find out how you can finally get rid of those embarrassing varicose and spider veins. Space is limited, so call 800-375-4806. That's 800-375-4806. 800-375-4806.
Most businesses struggle with managing cash flow and growth on a regular basis. Hello, I'm Corey Stafford with World Business Lenders. We're a direct lender, and that means we'll approve and fund your business loan fast, even if you've been turned down by the bank. We offer a true business loan with higher loan amounts, longer terms, and lower costs than traditional merchant cash advances. We're not a broker and don't charge broker fees, and since we're a direct lender, you get the best deals and no third parties to deal with. We offer loans from $10,000 to $2 million with payback terms from 3 months to 3 years, and you don't have to have perfect credit. We approve over 80% of all our loan applications, and we can fund in a matter of days. So if you need funding to grow your business, expand, or just need some working capital, call 855-85-FUNDS now and get approved on the spot and get your funds quickly. Or apply online now at simplyquickbusinessloans.com. That's simplyquickbusinessloans.com.
In the College of Southwestern, you will be equipped to study God's Word and take the life-changing message of Jesus Christ to your neighbors and to the nations. Study theology, music, the history of ideas, or missions under professors who not only know your name, but pray for you by name. And tuition in the college at Southwestern is as low as 75% less than other Christian colleges and universities. For more information, visit college.swbts.edu and stop by our booth at Celebration celebrate freedom to learn how Southwestern can equip you to preach the word and reach the world.
Hey, it's Mark Davis with one of your prime summer needs, a good carpet cleaning. Summer is a busy time, so call Zero Res. Call them often. It's a $33 per room carpet cleaning special, 214-37-CLEAN. 214-37-CLEAN. They'll do the carpets. While they're there, let them do hardwood floors, granite countertops, drapes, upholstery. When they're done cleaning whatever you want, 2 free passes to any of the 5 DFW Hawaiian Falls water parks. It's Zero Res, the best carpet cleaning, and so much more. I use them. You should too. 214-37-CLEAN.
660 AM, The Answer. 660 AM, TheAnswer.com. The Wells Report is on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Reports. My name is Jon-David Wells. Our telephone number 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. Want to thank you for being a part of the show. 866-660-5759. The House sit-in is a bad idea. It should not be something that is happening, because all this is demagoguery written large. They could have had at least a fighting chance at a gun control measure that would get them closer to their goal than they were today. But they rather want to pretend that they're college kids back in the 60s. And you know what? Those people just aren't. They are failing miserably at it, making idiots out of themselves. The whole thing could be over as long as Paul Ryan just wants to be ridiculed by the Democrats for doing it, but he could pick up the phone and tell the sergeant at arms to clear the floor, which is really what he should do. But at the end of the day, Paul Ryan's going to do what Paul Ryan's going to do, and I'm going to look at those Democrats and say, you know what these people want to do? They want to make it more difficult for me to defend myself in the face of the terrorist onslaught. That's a no-go. This is the Wells Report.
If you've ever wondered what it would feel like to experience the magnificent beauty of the Sistine Chapel, the historic Western Wall in Jerusalem, and the beauty of the Greek island of Santorini, all while sailing pristine waters on a 5-star cruise ship, your opportunity now awaits to discover for yourself cities of antiquity and the origins of culture and faith. A journey with meaning awaits you this fall on the footsteps of the Apostles Mediterranean Cruise, September 22nd through October 9th. For more information and to register, visit 660amtheanswer.com.
Hey, does the idea of having your home sold on time without hassle and for top dollar, does that seem unrealistic to you? Well, it doesn't have to. Hey, Dallas, it's your friend Sean Hannity with your solution and the one real estate agent to sell your home guaranteed. That's Josh DeShong of Josh DeShong Real Estate at Keller Williams. On average, Josh sells a home every 32 hours and averages hundreds of local, national, and international buyers every single week. Now, that means your home sells on time at a price that you agreed to, guaranteed, or Josh will buy it. He spends 200 times more money on marketing than the average agent. Real estate mogul and Shark Tank star Barbara Corcoran only recommends Josh in DFW. And if I lived in Dallas and needed my home sold, guess what? I'd call Josh DeShong, and you should too. Call Josh now at 972-325-6644 or go online at getsold.net. That's 972-325-6644 or getsold.net.
If you're considering going back to school, ask yourself the following questions. Do you need the flexibility to take classes on your schedule? Do you have college credits you need transferred? Do you want to earn a quality degree from a world-renowned university? If you answered yes to any of these questions, Arizona State University is the perfect school for you. Arizona State University offers over 100 highly ranked degree programs 100% online. You'll earn the same degree as you would on campus, from wherever you are, on your schedule. Plus, ASU Online accepts most transfer credits. For information, call 1-800-400-5839. Learn for yourself why the Wall Street Journal ranks ASU 5th in the nation for producing the best qualified graduates, and why 90% of ASU grads are recruited within 90 days of graduation. Learn to grow, learn to succeed, and learn to thrive at Arizona State University. To learn more about ASU online degrees, call 1-800-400-5839. That's 1-800-400-5839.
660 AM The Answer. KSKY Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. The official radio station of Decision 2016. The most important election of our lifetime.
Fox News Radio, I'm Jay Metzler, hollering in the House and shouting over the speaker. Democrats stage a sit-in demanding a vote on gun control legislation.
House will be in order. The chair wishes to make an announcement regarding the decorum in the House chamber. The chair appreciates that members will differ on matters of policy and will seek to express those differences. But the chair would hope that the business of the House could be conducted in a fashion that respects positively on the dignity and the decorum of this institution to which we all belong.
The sit-in started late this morning. Republican Senator Marco Rubio changing his mind. He now says he'll run for re-election. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Stimulating talk. 660 AM The Answer.
You can buy your next gun anywhere, but there's nowhere like the Texas Gun Pros. There are gun shows, big box stores, and even the occasional eccentric dealer. But there is no one like the Texas Gun Pros. Texas Gun Pros are truly your pros for all your gun needs, bringing you big store selection with a local family experience. There truly is no one like Texas Gun Pros. What else makes the Texas Gun Pros stand out from the rest? An online catalog with hundreds of guns, guaranteed to have the one you're looking for. Texas Gun Pros is the only place in North Texas that can give you the gun you want for the price you can afford. Don't miss out on the amazing selection and friendly staff at Texas Gun Pros. Stop by their North Richland Hills location or visit them on the web at texasgunpros.com. That's texasgunpros.com. texasgunpros.com. And see how it feels to be a member of the Texas Gun Pros family.
Hi, I'm Carl Deichler, the CEO of Beachbody, and I'm here to tell you about an amazing new way you can start losing weight for free right now. You've probably seen our workout DVDs on TV like P90X, Insanity, and 21 Day Fix. We just launched a beta trial of our new digital video platform, Beachbody On Demand. So while we're testing out this new digital video service, I'm inviting you to use it for free for 30 days. That means you can lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds, even 30 pounds without paying a dime. Text the word trial to 303030 and you can do 30 days of P90X, Insanity, or any of over 400 workouts for free. Now here's the catch. In return, all I ask is you let us know what you think of the service so we can make Beachbody On Demand the best fitness and weight loss site ever created. Just text trial to 303030 and get started for free right now. Again, text trial to 303030.
Message and data rates may apply. Membership fees apply after 30-day free trial. Cancel anytime.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Ask the Expert. We're with Jay Peak, speaker, author, financial educator. Jay, you recently co-authored a book with international writer and business coach Brian Tracy. Can you tell us a little bit more about the book and who it's for?
Yeah, absolutely. I co-authored the book for everybody curious about safe money strategies. And, the book is a great way for our clients to learn more about our philosophies and to see if we're really a good fit for them.
And how can people get this book?
Well, for everybody listening today, they can go to our website at peakfinancialcorporation.com and request a free copy of my national selling book, or they can call us at 844-J-PEAK. That's 844-529-7325.
Everyone really can benefit from this book. It's called Success Today. You can go online to peakfinancialcorporation.com and you'll get a free copy of it, or you could call 844-529-7325. That's 844-JAYPEAK. That's going to do it. Make sure to keep listening for the next episode of Ask the Expert.
Hey, it's Mark Davis for my friends at Patriot Mobile. Have you noticed a lot of people are engaging in political behavior with their money? Boycotts here, activism there. Lots of folks saying I'm not giving a dime to companies that contradict my beliefs and values. There are a lot of places to shop, for example, and now a conservative cell phone company, so that your payment to Big Mobile doesn't go to Hillary, because that's where they often send it. It's Patriot Mobile. PatriotMobile.com, same quality of service, better prices, supporting a better cause. Join the revolution. Get a load of this special, $60 a month, unlimited talk, text, data, and a free Apple iPhone 6 from Patriot Mobile, which will never give your money to liberal causes. And as a customer, you get to help determine whom they can treat mobile. Same quality of service, better prices, supporting better causes. Give them a call at 1-800-A-PATRIOT, and from me, a free signed copy of Lone Star America, How Texas Can Save Our Country. 1-800-A-PATRIOT. Do it now. Learn more at patriotmobile.com. 1-800-A-PATRIOT. 1-800-A-PATRIOT. That's 1-800-A-PATRIOT.
There's going to be so much to do at Celebrate Freedom 26.
Saturday, June 25th, South Fork Ranch, with so much to do at the Texas Scottish Rite Hospital for Children Kids area. Children will love the all-you-can-play and ride all day for just $20, with mobile video games, inflatables, sport games, face painting, live performances, and more.
We're going to be bouncing and bouncing.
From Interstate Batteries, the North Texas Chevy dealers, Abilene Christian University online graduate programs, Frontier Communications, Cornerstone Staffing, and all-around amusement. Details at celebratefreedom.com.
Life can be unpredictable. That's why you should take control of your family's future now with an estate plan bundle from LegalZoom. Not sure whether you need a last will or a living trust? LegalZoom's network of independent attorneys in 48 states can help you decide which one's right for you without billing by the hour, since LegalZoom isn't a law firm. Plus, updating your estate plan as your family and assets grow couldn't be easier. Enjoy your life. Use LegalZoom for the legal stuff. LegalZoom. Legal help is here.
After a rough day on the range, a fella can get a bit saddle sore. That's why I use Blue Emu Original Super Strength Cream. It works fast and penetrates deep to soothe my tired muscles and joints.
And he don't stink.
And I'll tell you one thing, I had no idea this stuff was so darn handy.
Blue Emu Original Super Strength Cream. Available at all major retailers. It works fast for long-lasting soothing of tired muscles and joints.
And you won't stink.
Learn a little something at the start of your day. The Mark Davis Show. Mornings 7 to 10 on 660 AM. The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
This is the Wells Report. Welcome to 660 AM The Answer. My name is Jon-David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. One of the cool things about having this job is hanging around other cool people that have jobs similar to mine. Joining us on the YouTube live feed, the YouTube live event feed of the Wells Report, which is going on right now, by the way. Plugged that in a little while ago, is ABC News radio correspondent Chris Stevens. He works in Northern California, works for the network, and is watching. He and I have been friends for 20 years. He's getting very old. I on the other hand, I'm in my prime. Anyway, wanted to say hello to ABC News radio correspondent Chris Stevens, who's watching the Wells Report tonight, and I sincerely appreciate it. Let's get to what may be a turning point for Donald Trump today. Donald Trump is paying attention to a real pro. His name is Paul Manafort. And he got Donald Trump to stand there looking very presidential behind a podium, looking at a teleprompter, staying on message, and completely changing the way he looks as a candidate. Don't get me wrong, from a standpoint of he's rough and he's ready and he's vulgar and he's in your face and so on and so forth. I like that. In fact, there's something that I hope doesn't get ironed out of Donald Trump, and that is when he makes a speech like that. Was very, very straightforward and very, very good, by the way. If you missed this speech, go ahead and find another way to watch it. Find a stream, but sit down and watch the whole speech in its entirety. And what you're going to see there is you're going to see a guy who's got policy on his mind. And he wants you to understand what that policy is, as opposed to a guy that's just blustering and mugging for the cameras and having a great time. There's nothing wrong with that. But during the primary season, he came out after a victory at one primary, was very, very gracious to everyone. He was very calm. He was very laid back and very charming. And he made a very good speech, very cogent about all of his issues, one thing to another, to another, to another. And then he took 45 minutes of questions from the press. That has never been done. Had a press conference right there on the spot. It was riveting. That is something I hope they don't take out of Donald Trump. Donald Trump is going to be very, very successful if he remembers what got him here. And what got him here is telling the truth as he sees it, but the truth nonetheless. That's the key to Donald Trump's candidacy. If he starts trying to say the right thing, he's going to start having trouble. He just needs to say what needs to be said, and he will have followers from here to Christmas, which is about all he needs. On this speech today, he talked about national security and immigration security and very beautifully contrasted himself with Hillary Clinton.
National security is also immigration security, and Hillary wants neither. Hillary Clinton has put forward the most radical immigration platform in the history of the United States. She's pledged to grant mass amnesty and in her first 100 days, end virtually all immigration enforcement and thus create totally open borders for the United States. Totally open borders. And by the way, 16,500 Border Patrol agents have endorsed Donald Trump. First time in the history that they've endorsed the president. First victims of her radical policies will be poor African American and Hispanic workers who need jobs. They're also the ones that she will hurt the most, by far. Let me share with you a letter our campaign received from Mary Ann Mendoza. She lost her amazing son, Police Sergeant Brandon Mendoza, after he was killed by an illegal immigrant because of open borders and policies supported by Hillary Clinton. Sadly, the Mendoza family is just one of thousands who have suffered the same fate. Here's an excerpt from Mrs. Mendoza's letter. Hillary Clinton, who already has the blood of so many on her hands, is now announcing that she is willing to put each and every one of our lives in harm's way. An open door policy to criminals to enter our country. Hillary is not concerned about you or I. She is only concerned about the power of the presidency and the power that it would bring. She needs to go to prison, pay for the crimes she's already committed against our country. That's from Mrs. Mendoza. Hillary also wants to spend hundreds of billions of dollars to settle Middle Eastern refugees in the United States on top of the current record level of immigration that we already have. For the amount of money Hillary Clinton would like to spend on refugees, we could rebuild every inner city in America.
Wow.
Hillary's Wall Street immigration agenda will keep immigrant communities poor and unemployed Americans totally out of work. She can't claim to care about African American and Hispanic workers when she wants to bring in millions of new low-wage earners to compete against them and win against them because the system is rigged against our people.
This is a level of campaigning that Hillary Clinton can have no answer for because she's doing it. That is exactly what she's doing. She is costing inner city people their jobs by virtue of this insane immigration process. It's not an immigration process. It is a political import of people who will cast votes Americans won't cast. And that is not what we need in this nation. What we need two political parties that care about the nation. Right now we have part of one political party that cares about the nation, and that is the Tea Party part of the Republican Party. That's it. I think the Republican Party looks at this as in a very same way as the Democrat Party does. Except the Democrat Party is more honest about it. They are just absolutely interested in the next opportunity manipulating America will bring the Democrat Party. The Republicans are much more circumspect about such things. They kind of hope that they can sort of kind of weasel their way into something that they want without actually having to talk about it. No. The whole thing about Donald Trump's campaign that is so attractive is that we need strong, vibrant debate in this nation, where the first thing we don't have to do is apologize for stating the facts because it offends some gamesman, this gamester that thinks that political correctness is some way of keeping people from saying what they mean, which is exactly what it is. Got to stop that. National security and immigration security. Okay, so we've heard that Hillary is awful at it. What would Trump do about those subjects?
Here are a few things a Trump administration will do for the Americans and for the American people, but for our country. Number one, the first 100 days, I will appoint judges who will uphold the Constitution of the United States.
Very good. Very good.
Hillary Clinton's radical judges will virtually abolish the Second Amendment. Can't let that happen. I will change immigration rules to give unemployed Americans an opportunity to fill good, really good paying jobs. We don't have good jobs anymore. These will be good paying jobs. We'll stand up to countries that cheat on trade, of which there are many. We'll cancel rules and regulations that send jobs overseas and everywhere else but our country. We'll lift restrictions on energy production.
Hear, hear.
We will repeal and replace job-killing Obamacare. It is a total disaster. We'll pass massive tax reform to create millions of new jobs and lower taxes for everyone. And we are, by the way, the highest taxed nation in the world. Please remember that. We're going to impose tough new ethics rules to restore dignity to the office of the Secretary of State. Yeah. There is one common theme in all of these reforms. It's going to be America first.
That's going to make it for him. If he sticks to that and actually does it, man, I would like to be able to, I'd like to be able to have I mean, I've got a great job, don't get me wrong, but prosperity is just such a great feeling. I mean, if you've ever actually experienced prosperity, it's hard to beat, huh? And I would really like to feel that again. I'd like to have somebody in the Oval Room of the White House that believes America is a special place instead of believing it's a rotten place. I'm tired of people putting my country down. It drives me crazy. Tired of people being so nasty to each other. We actually had a sitting senator of the United States accuse an entire political movement of being willing to aid and abet ISIS. You know, if this was World War II and somebody on the floor of the Senate said something about another senator or another political party being outright supporting the Nazis or supporting Imperial Japan or the fascists in Italy, you would have gotten hit in the mouth. That's what needed to happen with this Connecticut senator yesterday. Somebody should have walked right up to him man to man and said, "You better apologize. You're going to regret it." Yeah, Chris Murphy. Thank you, EP. Executive producer letting me know that it was Chris Murphy. I knew his first name was Chris, but I couldn't remember his last name. Anyway, he needed a fat lip yesterday. There was nobody there to deliver it. That was too bad. Sometimes you just have to use singeingly terrible and awful manners as a training opportunity. And sometimes, depending on the communications gifts of the persons involved, sometimes the communication that is most effective is nonverbal. And I wish I'd see more of that and not less. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM The Answer. There is still more of this speech that Donald Trump gave today. It may be the turning point of the 2016 presidential election. He was great. He was superb. And Hillary Clinton can have no answer to the charges leveled against her. Perfect political speech. This is the Wells Report on 660 AM The Answer.
This is Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, and I'd like to invite you to join me for our talk show every Sunday morning. We're actually trying to convert the world to organics. We talk about the natural organic program for farming, ranching, gardening, and pest control. Also, a lot of talk about health issues for animals and people. Hope you can join us for all the fun.
Make sure to tune in to Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, every Sunday morning from 8 to 11 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
Hey, everybody. Mark Davis for my friends at Viascan of Las Colinas. You know, good health is a series of good decisions. Decisions to eat right, decisions to exercise more, decisions to go to Viascan of Las Colinas and find out regularly what's going on inside your body. Right now, do you have heart plaques or blockages that could be a signal of a heart attack about to happen? Do you have little tiny cancer spots going on that you don't even know about? Well, you ought to know about those. It's called early detection. And Viascan of Las Colinas is your early detection headquarters, saving lives and saving a bunch of money. I'm in there regularly getting my heart checked out, various vital organs. So ask them when you call them at 972-739-2840. 972-739-2840. The heart scan, looking for plaques and blockages. The body scan, looking for cancers. The carotid artery neck scan, looking for stroke risk. The virtual colonoscopy. They do it all at Viascan of Las Colinas. 972-739-2840. 972-739-2840.
Did you know a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, you might not sleep so well. But now, SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. It kills 99.9% of all CPAP germs, and it's completely hands-free. For a limited time, you can try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. Just call 1-800-400-5241.
SoClean changed the CPAP experience for the better. My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean destroys CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs, and it eliminates the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. There's no water, chemicals, or disassembly. Just pop in your mask, close the lid, and presto, your CPAP system is clean and fresh in minutes. Call SoClean.com to try it risk-free at home for 30 days. This is a limited-time offer, only available by calling 1-800-400-5241. That's 1-800-400-5241.
How much of your life are you losing because of pain? I'm Dr. Chad Glines, DC at Genesis Back and Neck, and I really do want to give you your life back.
Hi, my name is Brenda. I had 5 of the lower disc of my back that had herniated, and they had pressed against the nerves, and I could not move. Hadn't felt my right leg in 8 months. The pain was so bad. Neurologist. And then I went back into the office with Dr. Chad, and I told him, I've had so many people tell me there's nothing I can do. And he says, I'm pretty sure I can get you out of that wheelchair. And little by little, he got me up walking, and it has gotten so much better. I cannot tell you how much I admire everybody in that office.
That just blesses me to hear that. At Genesis, we accept most major insurances, and your first visit will be at no charge. Call me. 817-328-1922. That's 817-328-1922 or online at genesisback.com.
Dude, do you hear that? What is that? That doesn't sound good.
Oh man, this isn't good at all.
Hold on.
Let me see what this does. Hey, is it better?
Nope. I'm pretty sure this is the opposite of better. Man, what are we gonna do? This is awful.
Looks like you need the help of American Leak Detection.
American Leak Detection.
Oh, man, it's Will Nell with American Leak Detection.
Save us!
No worries, guys. American Leak Detection has been around for more than 25 years, detecting and repairing hidden leaks in your home. Plus, we do all this without cutting huge holes in your wall.
Thanks, American Leak Detection.
American Leak Detection.
Leak detection.
without destruction.
Just go to alddfw.com next time to get a hold of us. It's much easier.
American Leak Detection.
It's time to honor our veterans with the Starkey Mortgage Veteran of the Month. If you know a veteran who deserves this honor, then go to 660amtheanswer.com and nominate them to be the Starkey Mortgage Veteran of the Month. Winners will receive a gift card from Crossroads Diner, a $100 gift card from the Crazy Gun Dealer, and an award from Starkey Mortgage. Plus, come up to the studios to meet Mark Davis and Jon-David Wells. Go to 660amtheanswer.com to nominate your veteran. That's the Starkey Mortgage Veteran of the Month. Starkey Mortgage is an equal housing lender, NMLS number 2146. This is not a commitment to lend. Specific underwriting guidelines must be met.
Saying I don't know is no longer acceptable. This is 660 AM, The Answer. If it's important to you, we're talking about it right now on the Wells Report on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759. Donald Trump made a great speech today. He's had a couple of good days. Paul Manafort is in charge of the campaign. He's a professional. And apparently, Donald is listening. That's good. It's very, very good. Now, if Manafort can just keep him on message, we'll all be fine. And then when he gets into actually doing the job, if they can just keep him on track, we might have a good 4 years or so, maybe more. I haven't felt that way in a long time. But when I heard the excitement of a few of my friends who called me on the telephone and said, "Did you hear what Trump said today?" They were genuinely excited. I said, "No, but I'm looking forward to it." So with a couple of notable exceptions, we've been playing the speech today. Here's the last cut. I want you to listen to Donald Trump tell you what November means and how important this election is.
On election day, the politicians stand trial before the people. The voters are the jury. Their ballots are the verdict. We don't need or want another Clinton or Obama. We just can't take it anymore. So bad for our country and our people. Come November, the American people will have a chance to issue a verdict on the politicians that have sacrificed their security, betrayed their prosperity, and sold out their country. And I mean totally sold out their country. They will have a chance to vote for a new agenda with big dreams, bold ideas, and enormous possibilities for the American people. Hillary Clinton's message is old and tired. Her message is that things can't change. My message is that things have to change, and that this is our one chance, and maybe our only chance, to do that change. And if we don't do it now, folks, I don't know that we'll ever have another chance. We have to have change, but real change, not Obama change.
Great speech. Great speech. 866-660-5759. Did you feel better? A lot of people earlier this evening, when they heard the speech, started feeling better. That's a guy who could get elected to the presidency of the United States. The one we just heard from. He is a guy that can actually make it happen. I'm very interested in him being that guy. There are so many things that are up for grabs in this election. We don't get the right person in that seat, we lose the Supreme Court of the United States for at least a generation. That's 30 years. 30 years. And we have seen what Sotomayor and what Elena Kagan and the other members of the liberal wing will do. They will not use the Constitution as their touchstone in their rulings. They use liberal politics in their rulings. And they can't do that, but they do. But they do. And I have seen nothing to change my thought that the Supreme Court of the United States is, at least in the liberal wing, nothing more than a great big huge collection of liberal politicians acting as a super legislature. This is the Wells Report. Back with more in just a moment.
Not available in all states. Whoa, what do you have there?
It's a Reese and Irvy's frozen yogurt. We just had our robot make one.
A robot made your frozen yogurt?
Yes, from Reese and Irvy's, the world's first fully interactive robot vending machine that serves 9 flavors of delicious yogurt with 6 amazing toppings. And it's available for an exclusive franchise opportunity.
Wait, you mean I can own my own frozen yogurt robots?
And make money at the same time. These robots are the future of frozen yogurt franchising. They can be placed almost anywhere and operate 24/7. Malls, theme parks, grocery stores, you name it.
A robot that serves frozen yogurt. That's revolutionary.
Exactly. Reese and Irvy's Froyo robots are taking the market by storm. No more messy yogurt bars, long lines, or do-it-yourself machines. Just delicious frozen yogurt in 60 seconds or less. Anytime, anywhere.
How do I get my own Reese and Irvy's robots?
It's easy, but you better act now. Locations and machines are going fast. Just go to froyofranchising.com. That's froyofranchising.com. Check it out now. froyofranchising.com.
Warning. If you're drowning in debt you can't afford, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to pay it all back, because you don't. What the credit card companies don't want you to know is that there's actually a way to get debt-free without paying off your entire debt or going bankrupt. If you have $5,000 credit card debt, you now have the right to settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. For free information, call Credit Associates now. 1-800-700-2292. We'll even show you how much money you could save. If you can't afford to pay off all your debt, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to. Call Credit Associates now for free information on how to get debt-free faster than you ever thought possible without debt consolidation or bankruptcy. We depend on your success and offer a guarantee, so there's no risk. For free information, call now. 1-800-700-2292. That's 1-800-700-2292. 1-800-700-2292.
The following is an incredible, life-changing free offer for anyone with hearing problems who wants to start hearing everything more clearly again. We are now offering free in-home trials of a revolutionary hearing breakthrough called Listen Clear to anyone who calls this special toll-free number now, 1-800-400-1268. Call in the next 10 minutes and you'll also qualify for free shipping and free batteries for life. Listen Clear is precisely designed by top audio engineers. It adjusts to let you find the perfect way to hear everything, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. And Listen Clear is so invisible, people may not even know you're wearing it. And it's so lightweight, you may even forget you're wearing it too. Don't miss this special life-changing opportunity to hear everything more clearly again for free with a 100% free in-home trial, free shipping, and even free batteries for life. For free information, call now, 1-800-400-1268. That's 1-800-400-1268. 1-800-400-1268.
As a listener to this station, you've heard a variety of companies advertising their products and services, many of them for a number of years.
I'm Walt Parker with InvestingMakesMeSick.com. I've gotten absolutely great results. No matter who's advertising, it definitely pays off. Doesn't matter what business they're in. I think they'll find it's going to be very rewarding.
My name is John Duncan, and I'm the CEO and founder of Bioscan of Los Colinas. It's simply the most effective advertising that I can do. I've advertised for the last 14 years on television, radio, and newspaper, and advertising with 660 gets the best results.
Hi, I'm Marcia West, Senior Account Manager for 660 AM The Answer. For 20 years, I've worked with companies, both big and small, to create cost-effective radio campaigns that get results. Let me do the same for you. Contact me today at mwest@ksky.com. That's mwest@ksky.com. I want to help you grow your business.
Are you ready for the vacation of a lifetime? Then get on board for the Storyteller Cruise with 660 AM, The Answer. Join us October 23rd through the 30th with Matthew West. Along with pastor and Bible teacher Greg Laurie.
The highest calling of God is what God has called you to be. There is no higher thing, but we're all called to do something.
Selah. booster, talk box, and more. You and your family will travel aboard Holland America's New Amsterdam as we travel to Grand Turks, San Juan, St. Martin, and more. Best of all, enjoy music and inspiration from Matthew West and Pastor Greg Laurie. Space is very limited. Get details now at 660amtheanswer.com. We'll see you on the Storyteller Cruise from 660 AM, The Answer.
660 AM. 660 AM. The Answer. 660 AM. TheAnswer.com. Now, by popular demand, The Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to The Wells Report. Jon-David Wells at your service. 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. Yeah, if Donald Trump can put together a string of those speeches, there will be a president not referred to as she in the Oval Office. That'll be a good thing. There was Hillary server news today, and it was shocking. Brian Pauliano is in a position where he is being forced to testify on his conduct as Hillary Clinton's private email server guru. He's the guy that set up the original server in the house in Chappaqua. His deposition was part of an ongoing lawsuit by the conservative watchdog group Judicial Watch, seeking for more information about former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's private email server. He is currently testifying with immunity from the FBI. Listen carefully. He is currently testifying with immunity before the FBI. That being said, he still invoked his Fifth Amendment right not to incriminate himself more than 125 times. 125 times. Now remember, this guy was smart. This guy was the smartest of the bunch. Well, maybe Huma Abedin. She's really smart. Whip smart. Huma Abedin, whoa. But Brian Pauliano set this server up, but never appeared on it. None of his emails were on it. He didn't use it. He didn't have anything to do with it. He set the thing up, and that might keep him out of jail. Because if he didn't have anything to do with it after it was set up, then arguably he's a small fry under the very, very powerful, watchful eye of the Secretary of State of the United States, demanding that he do something. Now, it's still illegal. He has legal exposure. But the legal exposure that he was dealing with was not anything that would be equal to needing to invoke his Fifth Amendment rights more than 125 times. Over the course of last year, Pauliano has twice refused to testify before the congressional committees investigating matters related to Clinton's use of a private email server. Pauliano also reportedly demanded and received an immunity deal from the Department of Justice prior to speaking with the FBI as part of the Bureau's investigation into the Clinton server. Those involved in that particular testimony called Brian Pauliano a devastating witness. Earlier this month, federal judge Emmett Sullivan postponed Pauliano's deposition, ordered that he read details of his immunity agreement with the FBI. The agreement was filed under seal. How many times will Hillary Clinton have to invoke her Fifth Amendment rights? More importantly, I want to ask you this question. As a Democrat voter, how many times will she invoke the Fifth Amendment right not to incriminate herself before you write her off as a presidential candidate? 1 time? 5 times? 20 times? 100 times? How many times will she have to say, I am not going to testify under the grounds it may incriminate me. How many times would she be able to say that before you decided that you couldn't vote for Hillary Clinton? 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759 is how you get through to the Wells Report here on 660 AM The Answer. Then it got even worse. State Department staffers wrestled for weeks in December of 2010 over a serious technical problem that affected emails from then Secretary Hillary Clinton's home email server, causing them to temporarily, this is the bad part, causing these staffers to temporarily disable security features on the government's own systems. This according to emails released today. State Department staffers trying to interface an illegal private server in a bathroom closet in Chappaqua, New York. Hillary Clinton's private server, in order to integrate this private server into the secure systems of the State Department, staffers had to disable security features on the government's own systems. You know what that's called? That's called a backdoor in. You know what could have happened? What could have happened is that foreign powers constantly bombarding Hillary Clinton's private server may have indeed found their way into the State Department's secure server. Because these idiots shut down the security in order to be able to get Hillary's email into the secure system where it had no business being. I want to explain something to you. You can walk into any armory anywhere in America. You can walk in there with a thumb drive or a computer, and you will see on the walls all manner of hookups for your computer. But if you plug in a thumb drive into those USB ports, or if you plug your computer into the network, the entire network will shut down, and there will be someone with bad breath and a big gun staring you right in the face, asking you what you just did. And you better have the right answer. And there better not be anything transferred onto the thumb drive or your computer, or you're going to jail. Period. Now, can you imagine? And that's just any armory anywhere. Can you imagine the State Department? Can you imagine people at the State Department having to disable security functions to be able to get Hillary Clinton's private email server to disgorge a few emails so that Madam Secretary would be able to actually read them? They shut down the security to be able to get her email to her off of an illegal server. Every time I see another smoking gun, every time I say, hey, you know what? She's cooked. I keep saying it, but I don't see an indictment. How do you get over this? Who is the person that undid the State Department security for their computer systems? Who is that person? That person is going to prison. Who are the people that took classified information, paraphrased it, and then tossed it onto a private unprotected email server? Who are those people? They likewise are going to prison. Jake Sullivan is one of them. Cheryl Mills is another one. Of those two people, who's going to have the worst trouble in prison? It's going to be Cheryl Mills. She can't take the horizontal stripes, I'm just saying. Brian Pauliano invokes the Fifth Amendment more than 125 times to avoid sending himself to jail. That's on top of an immunity deal by the FBI. The State Department was forced to disable security protocols on State Department computers so that they could download emails from Hillary Clinton's home email server. How did we find out about that? The emails were released under court order to the conservative legal advocacy group Judicial Watch, which sued the State Department over access to public records related to the presumptive Democrat presidential nominee's service as the top diplomat for the nation between 2009 and 2013. The emails, reviewed by the Associated Press, show that State Department technical staff disabled software on their systems intended to block phishing emails that could deliver dangerous viruses, or any email that would deliver dangerous cyber weapons. Now, I'm reasonably sure that the State Department has cybersecurity that you and I can literally only dream about. What would that be like? Well, it would be like an artificial program running in the background of all of these computers, finding a malicious bit of code and zapping it on spot and reporting it on the spot. That's what I would see. This should trump all. Now, listen to this, okay? So now what we've seen now is we've seen that the State Department technical staff disabled software on their systems intended to block these emails that could deliver dangerous viruses. They were trying urgently to resolve delivery problems with emails sent from Clinton's private server. I'll bet they were having trouble. When was the last time you sent an email directly to the State Department secure servers? Oh, that's right. Never. But then you start looking through the emails where these people are communicating. Quote, this should trump all other activities. A senior technical official, Ken LaVolpe, told IT employees in a December 17th, 2010 email. Another senior State Department official, Thomas W. Lawrence, wrote days later an email to the Deputy Chief of Staff, Huma Abedin, personally, was asking for an update about the repairs. Abedin and Clinton, who both used Clinton's private email server, had complained that the emails each sent to the department employees were not being reliably received. That's because unprotected, virus-prone pieces of code just don't make it into a secure State Department system. That's why. And then there's this. After technical staffers turned off the security features, after they turned it off, one of the supervisors said, quote, we view this as a Band-Aid and fear it's not 100% fully effective, unquote. That is the understatement of the century. The AP initially reported today the emails described security features being turned off on Clinton's own private email server. But State Department spokesman John Kirby clarified hours later the emails described a series of troubleshooting measures to the department system, not Hillary Clinton's system, to attempt to remedy the problem. This could be bad. Unbelievable. After that technical crisis on January 9th, 2011, an IT worker was forced to shut down Clinton's server because he believed someone was trying to hack in. Later that day, he wrote, "We were attacked again, so I shut the server down for a few minutes." It was one of several occasions when email access to Clinton's BlackBerry was disrupted because her private server was down, according to the documents. The AP reported last year that in the early morning hours of August 3rd, 2011, Clinton received infected emails described as speeding tickets from New York. These people are getting to Hillary Clinton because she's allowing herself to be gotten. More about that as we continue. You're listening to The Wells Report. This is 660 AM The Answer.
Hi, this is Andy Tuttle, host of Tuttle Talk every Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer. We're in a real estate market where there's a lot of difficulty, but in difficulty, there's a lot of opportunity as well. Buying, selling, avoiding foreclosure, modifying your credit, all these things are so important to your livelihood. This show is dedicated to cutting through some of the big headlines that you see out there and teaching you how to win in any marketplace. Thank you for tuning in to Tuttle Talk every Sunday, 4 p.m. on 660 AM The Answer. I look forward to speaking with you.
Do you know about Philip Haney? He's the former Homeland Security investigator who says that President Obama has handcuffed federal anti-jihad investigations. His new book, See Something, Say Nothing, is rocketing in the charts. He'll join Debbie Georgatos this week, along with Scott Ott, brilliant political pundit whose humor and satire make you laugh and think deeply. So tune in to Ladies Can We Talk this Sunday from 6 to 8 p.m. on 660 AM The Answer, or online at ladiescanwetalk.org. On Ladies Can We Talk, they talk truth about America.
John Truitt, CEO of Simple Sleep Services here. You've probably heard Mark Davis talk about sleep apnea and snoring. If you're ready to stop snoring and treat your sleep apnea, you have options. Wear a big, bulky CPAP mask, have surgery, and deal with the recovery and downtime. Or go with the Simple solution. The Simple Sleep system from Simple Sleep Services is a compact, comfortable, custom-fit solution that's proven to stop snoring and treat your sleep apnea. It's covered by most medical insurance. No mood-killing mask, no pain or downtime, just a better night's sleep for you and the one next to you. Stop dreaming about a better night's sleep. Learn more at simplesleepservices.com or call 469-685-1700. That's 469-685-1700 or click simplesleepservices.com. The choice is simple. Go to simplesleepservices.com. Offices conveniently located in both Dallas and Fort Worth. Stop snoring, sleep healthy, live life.
Acme Home Insurance.
Yes, I'd like to make a claim.
What are you wanting to claim, sir?
My air conditioner broke down.
Sorry, but your home insurance doesn't cover air conditioner breakdowns.
So what do you cover?
Home damage from things like earthquakes, volcanoes, a zombie apocalypse.
A zombie apocalypse? But that'll never happen.
But if it did, you'd be covered, sir.
But not my air conditioner?
I'm afraid not.
But his air conditioner could have been covered with a home warranty from American Home Shield, plus components of 20 other major home systems and appliances, like his electrical system, plumbing, refrigerator, and more. For valuable free information, call 1-800-400-3230. Home insurance can cover what might happen.
Zombies are coming!
But a home warranty helps cover what will happen.
Now the dryer won't work.
Life happens. Have a plan. Get a home warranty from American Home Shield. For valuable free information, call 1-800-400-3230. That's 1-800-400-3230. 1-800-400-3230.
Built on the values of the free market and the spirit of entrepreneurship, Northwood University prepares future leaders for global free enterprise. Hey, Mark Davis, longtime fan of Northwood. Through Northwood University's experiential learning, students get hands-on experience and practical application. This includes everybody from undergrads in the adult degree program, graduate students in the DeVos Graduate School. Northwood faculty are business professionals, managers, and entrepreneurs within their fields of expertise. Northwood's specialty undergraduate business degrees offer rich experiences in accounting and finance, franchise management, healthcare management, and much more. Graduate programs include a distinctive case study-based MBA program and an online Master of Science program in organizational leadership. You can develop lifelong critical thinking skills, distinguish yourself in your career, drive change in the workplace, make your mark on a global free enterprise society. Earn your degree from Northwood University. Learn more at northwood.edu. That's northwood.edu.
Coming to Dallas Sunday night, August 21st. Outcry Summer 2016 Tour, featuring the songs and the sound of Hillsong worship.
Plus, Carrie Joe. Featuring Rend Collective, Elevation Worship, and Urban Rescue.
Part of the Dallas Baptist University Concert Series.
An unforgettable night of worship.
One of the dangers when you're retired or retiring soon is to let your guard down, especially when the stock market goes up.
This is Ken Moraif, host of the Money Matters radio show, inviting you to our free seminar.
If you can't afford to lose 30 to 50% in a crash, protect yourself now. Don't miss the free Money Matters seminar, 10 a.m. Saturday in the Money Matters building in Plano, or 1 p.m. Hilton, Arlington. Register at moneymatters.net. That's moneymatters.net, or call 800-994-0302. Again, 800-994-0302.
660 AM, The Answer.
660 AM, theanswer.com.
The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The Wells Report
Democrats are
with
still,
Jon-David Wells
sitting in.
on 660 AM, The Answer.
It's on C-SPAN.
Unbelievable. The Democrats are still sitting there in the floor of the House chamber. They just sang "We Shall Overcome." Okay, do me a favor. Tell me when they break into the monkey's daydream believer. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Got a laugh out of them in there. 866-660-5759. Friend of the Wells Report, Donald Rumsfeld, former Secretary of Defense ×2, says he's voting for Trump. It's not a close call. As 9/11 era Defense Secretary says, Hillary Clinton would probably be indicted over emails if she were a soldier or a sailor. Rumsfeld, speaking to the DailyMail.com, said he will vote for the Republicans' presumptive nominee because he's a known unknown. And Hillary Clinton is a known. By the way, if you don't know what he's talking about there, it's because you didn't read the book, Knowns and Unknowns. 9/11, let's see, he says Hillary Clinton isn't qualified to sit in the Oval Office and would probably be indicted over her emails if she were a junior military grunt. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM, The Answer. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
From Plano to Denton down to Louisville too. Huffies has it. Also in McKinney, we'll prove it to you. Huffies has it.
And now get more truck for your buck during Truck Month at Huffine Chevrolet in Plano and Louisville. Get Texas-size savings on Huffine's Texas-size selection of new Chevy Silverados and Motor Trend's 2016 Truck of the Year, the Chevy Colorado. And Huffine's will save you even more with huge cash rebates, super low financing, and guaranteed top dollar for your trade. So, for Texas-size savings on a Texas-size selection of new Chevy trucks and all the other Chevy cars and SUVs, Huffine's has it. So find new roads today to Ray Huffine Chevrolet in Plano and Huffine Chevrolet in Louisville, or online 24/7 at huffines.net.
Bill Bennett here to tell you about Augusta Precious Metals. What if you could store your IRA or 401k where you can see, touch, and hold it in person in the form of physical gold and silver coins? I know I would, and you can't do that with stocks. With the Augusta Gold and Silver IRA, you can transfer retirement savings into physical coins, store them where you can actually see them. Free shipping, zero management fees, and Augusta pays all upfront costs. Getting started is absolutely free. Rated A+ with the Better Business Bureau, enjoys a 98% 5-star customer satisfaction rating with TrustLink.org. Trust Augusta. Call toll-free 1-855-222-5882 now for your free guide to Augusta Gold IRAs. Call toll-free 1-855-222-5882. That's 1-855-222-5882. Or visit AugustaPreciousMetals.com.
You know, I'm not a genius about money. I love my credit cards, and they love me. I was using them as a source of income, and then I got behind in my payments, and creditors were calling. I heard about Trinity, so I called and talked to a counselor. Now I've got one easy monthly payment, a lower interest rate, and I'm getting out of debt.
If your debt has you down, we should talk. Call Trinity at 1-800-758-5360. 1-800 758-5360.
660 AM The Answer. KSKY in Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. The official radio station of Decision 2016. The most important election of our lifetime.
Fox News Radio, I'm Rich Dennison. House Democrats, after staging a sit-in most of the day, continue protesting over the lack of action on any gun bills designed to keep weapons out of the hands of suspected terrorists. Democrats seeking action in the wake of the Orlando nightclub shooting, urging Republicans not to go into summer recess until a bill is passed. Congressman Shaka Fattah is offering his resignation from the House effective October 3rd, following his conviction on charges of racketeering, fraud, and money laundering. But House Speaker Paul Ryan calling on the 59-year-old to resign immediately. Hockey coming to Vegas in the 2017 and 18 season.
Billionaire businessman Bill Foley, the chairman of Fidelity National Financial, is heading the Vegas effort. They'll pay a $500 million expansion fee and play in the new T-Mobile Arena at the south end of the Vegas Strip.
Fox's Chris Honig, Fox News. We report, you decide.
You're listening to 660 AM The Answer.
Join the financial diva, Victoria Woods, and investment advisor Damon King Saturday at 10 a.m. for It's All About the Money, Honey. Concerned about protecting your hard-earned dollars from another market crash? Need a simple plan for not outliving your money or keeping Uncle Sam out of your pocket? Victoria and Damon blend real-world stories with a dose of humor and homespun wisdom. To send your burning money questions and learn your risk speed limit, go to chapelwood.com. That's chapelwood.com. Then listen Saturday at 10 a.m. on 660 AM The Answer for It's All About the Money, Honey.
This is Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, and I'd like to invite you to join me for our talk show every Sunday morning. We're actually trying to convert the world to organics. We talk about the natural organic program for farming, ranching, gardening, and pest control. Also, a lot of talk about health issues for animals and people. Hope you can join us for all the fun.
Make sure to tune in to Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, every Sunday morning from 8 to 11 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. In the last 2 months, Reliant has saved DFW residents over $450,000 when they replaced their old AC systems. With our exclusive partnership with your utility provider, we get to offer instant rebates of up to $1,800. When you combine that with Carrier's Cool Cash savings of up to $3,500 on a new Infinity system, we're talking saving over $5,000 on a brand new AC system that can cut your electric bill in half. But you'll have to hurry because the utility funds are set to run out at any moment. And Cool Cash ends soon too. So we're scheduling our free estimates on a first-come, first-served basis. So call 2 other companies first and then call Reliant Air Conditioning, and you'll see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Call 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437 or online at ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Hey, does the idea of having your home sold on time without hassle and for top dollar, does that seem unrealistic to you? Hey, Dallas, it's your friend Sean Hannity, one real estate agent to sell your home guaranteed. That's Josh DeShong of Josh DeShong Real Estate at Keller Williams. Josh averages hundreds of local, national, and international buyers every single week. Now, that means your home sells on time at a price that you agreed to, guaranteed, or Josh will buy it. Josh's clients voted, and both D Magazine and Texas Monthly ranked him as the best real estate agent in Dallas. Real estate mogul and Shark Tank star Barbara Corcoran only recommends Josh in DFW. And if I lived in Dallas and needed my home sold, guess what? I'd call Josh DeShong, and you should too. Call Josh now at 972-325-6644 or go online at getsold.net. That's 972-325-6644 or getsold.net and start packing.
Think you're fat? You might just be bloated. Find out by calling now for a free trial of New Biotics, the new breakthrough that flattens bloated bellies fast. For a free trial, call 1-800-300-3961. Strict limit of 1 per household.
I used to be plagued by potbelly and constant bloating. After taking New Biotics, my belly flattened and continues to get flatter. My sense of bloating and discomfort is gone.
If you've got a big belly, you might not be fat. You might just be bloated. New Biotics is scientifically formulated with natural ingredients to flatten bloated bellies fast by cleansing pounds of rotting food and toxic sludge from your body. It even combats periodic heartburn and acid reflux. If your belly flattening results are too dramatic, simply reduce use to every other day. Think you might be bloated? See how much flatter New Biotics makes your belly. But hurry, call now for details while we're still giving it away for free. 1-800-300-3961. That's 1-800-300-3961. 1-800-300-3961.
Hey there, this is Eric Metaxas. Lately, I've been telling you about Liberty University's online degree programs. Liberty University is the world's largest Christian university with over 95,000 students studying around the world through Liberty's online programs. While there are a lot of universities who've jumped into online education, few can deliver on the promise of a quality education with such flexibility, and even fewer can actually point to a graduate of their online program like my friend Morgan from Nashville.
I did it. I actually got my degree from Liberty University. 2 degrees, actually. Not only has this process taught me self-discipline, I've also learned that it is never too late to fulfill your dreams. And I did it all online. I did it, and you can too.
Pick up your cell phone now and dial pound 250 and say the keywords Liberty University. That's pound 250 and say the keywords Liberty University. Now pound 250 and say the keywords Liberty University now. Flexible, affordable, possible. Liberty University online.
Focus. You need it to run a business, so don't let legal questions distract you. Use LegalZoom instead. Things like lease agreements and employment laws get complicated, but they're part of running a business. That's why LegalZoom built a network of independent attorneys in 48 states. You can rely on them for the legal details without paying by the hour, since LegalZoom isn't a law firm. So focus on growing your business and use LegalZoom for the legal stuff. LegalZoom. Legal help is here.
660 AM, The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. You are listening to the Wells Report. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. All right? I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. So I'm going to put that over there, and I'm going to talk about this. Our president has seen fit to pursue a course of lies in order to move forward his political agenda. And he is in a position now where we have what essentially is a story of a guy. It's actually a Univision story. And this Univision story surrounds a guy named Miguel. Perhaps you've heard of him. Miguel is theoretically, he represents himself as the gay lover of Omar Mateen. And I have put this up, Vicky actually put this up on the Wells Report page of 660amtheanswer.com. And what I especially did was I put a picture of this guy up on the Wells Report page so you could get a look at it. Now I'm in a position here where I have, like you, taken what the president has said to me at face value. And I have been fooled, like you, at every turn. Then jeered at because I was so stupid to be taken in by the lies of the president. The first big lie, if you like your health care, you can keep your health care. If you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. It was Obamacare. He lied and lied and lied. He got that mess pushed through Congress on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve. And then we found out you couldn't keep your doctor. You couldn't keep your plan. You couldn't keep anything. And then Jonathan Gruber came out bragging about the fact that the entire act was written so nobody knew what was in it. When Nancy Pelosi famously said, hey, we have to pass the bill before you can find out what's in it, it's because she couldn't make heads or tails out of it. It was written to be convoluted and difficult to follow. And so there you go. Obamacare. It started with that. And it moved right on through the president's agenda. With lies every single time. We also heard a lie from the President of the United States when Chris Stevens, the ambassador of the country of Libya, ambassador from the United States to the country of Libya, was killed dead. And Susan Rice was sent out to talk on every network talk show, telling everybody it was a video. When in fact they knew it was not. When in fact they knew it was a terror attack from the get-go. But that's not the narrative they shared. And they put that mess out there. They did the same thing with Kathleen Sebelius. She was the Health and Human Services Secretary who had to try to figure out how to explain the VA and the fact that they killed 307,000 veterans waiting for care. She had to explain why it was that not a single person in the VA has been fired yet. Well, I think they fired 3, but I think 2 of them are trying to get their jobs back. Only Eric Shinseki, the former general, stayed away. So what happens now? What do we have? Well, we have a terror attack in Orlando, Florida. A terror attack from a guy who declared himself to be an ISIS soldier, swore allegiance to ISIS, swore allegiance to Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, was acknowledged as being an ISIS soldier by ISIS. But the President of the United States wanted there to be a different narrative. And what they did was they put forward this cockamamie notion that it was basically an upset homosexual attack based on revenge. And what was that story? How could they possibly make that story stick? Well, they had to come up with somebody to say, well, I know firsthand. And so they did. And Miguel shows up. What's Miguel's last name? I don't know. I have no idea what Miguel's last name is. So Miguel comes up and says, yeah, he was, I was his lover. There's no doubt about it. The Fusion report has 2 pictures of this man, and he looks like a raggedy villain from a telenovela. He is old, deep into his 50s. He's wearing a hairpiece. He's also wearing a fake mustache. And the only way that I think he's also wearing eye makeup. He's wearing eye makeup, and he's got these big bags under his eyes that look like something that was gifted to him from the blast at Hiroshima. But he's clearly wearing a hairpiece. You can see it. No last name, just this guy named Miguel. I've cried like you have no idea. But the thing that makes me want to tell the truth is he didn't do it for terrorism. In my opinion, he did it for revenge. This guy said he met Mateen on a gay dating app, Grindr. He claimed the two met 15 to 20 times over 2 months before the relationship ended last December, when Miguel moved away from Orlando. Miguel described their relationship as friends with benefits. He said that Mateen was 100% gay. I find that hard to believe that he's 100% gay because he had 2 wives and a kid. He said he was shocked to hear Mateen was the shooter and described him as affectionate and sweet. Mateen loved to be cuddled. He also told Univision that Mateen's rage about Puerto Rican gay men might have stemmed from a sexual incident in which Mateen had sex with the 2 guys, one of whom later revealed he was HIV positive. Quote, he adored Latinos, gay Latinos with brown skin, but he felt rejected, unquote. This coming from a guy who looks like his face was carved out of clay earlier this afternoon, wearing a hairpiece and a fake mustache. The only thing that's real on this guy's face are those eyes. This is a total put-up job. Total. Miguel goes on to say he felt used by these Puerto Rican men. There were moments in the Pulse nightclub that made him feel really bad. Guys used him. They really affected him. Mateen was terrified of being When I asked him what he was going to do now, his answer was, I'm going to make them pay for what they did to me. Sure. The FBI confirmed to Univision that they have interviewed the man. They don't say what they think about him. They just say they've interviewed him. Fusion News has not been able to independently confirm Miguel's statements. You know why? Because they're lies. And what they do is they then go in to throw these innuendos out there, casting aspersions against this Omar Mateen. Forget the fact that he called during the massacre and said that he was an ISIS soldier, that he proclaimed his allegiance to Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. Go ahead and just ignore all of that stuff and come up with this guy that looks like, I don't know, he looks like a character from a Disneyland pirate ride, doesn't he? So what does this mean? So what, Jon-David? You've given us all of this. How does this tie to the Obama administration? Well, the Obama administration needed a new narrative. They needed something that would say, cast aspersions on the guy as a terrorist. He must be something else. He must be a gay guy who was upset at 2 Puerto Rican dudes. Sounds like a Rolling Stones song. Puerto Rican guys just died to meet you. Are you flipping kidding me? Again, Jon-David, I'm sorry, but what are you trying to say to us? Well, what I'm trying to tell you is, and actually I'm going to be serious about it. This is garbage. This isn't real. This is either somebody trying to give the president an out, or this is somebody acting on the president's instructions to give him an out. I'm not going to be taken in again by this administration until they can prove that they haven't lied about this guy named Miguel. And I want to see him in more than 2 pictures. You know, I want to see him outside, maybe, walking briskly. I want to see what that face looks like in sunlight. Until that happens, I'm calling President Obama a liar who, in a conspiratorial way, is trying to alter history again. This is the Wells Report.
If you've ever wondered what it would be like to experience the magnificent beauty of the Sistine Chapel, the historic Western Wall in Jerusalem, and the beauty of the Greek island of Santorini, all while sailing pristine waters on a 5-star cruise ship, your opportunity now awaits to discover for yourself cities of antiquity and the origins of culture and faith. A journey with meaning awaits you this fall on the footsteps of the Apostles Mediterranean Cruise, September 22nd through October 9th. For more information and to register, visit 660amtheanswer.com.
This is Michael Medved for townhall.com. Comic book superheroes have come to dominate popular culture as never before. Of the top 10 opening weekends in Hollywood history, 7 of them featured superheroes from Marvel or DC Comics. Most recently, Iron Man and other luminaries from the Marvel galaxy co-starred with Captain America in Civil War, which earned nearly $200 million in its first 3 days of release. These familiar figures, each with distinctive powers, personalities, and backstories, function as Olympians for the ancient Greeks or Norse gods for the Vikings. Is it a coincidence that the power of these comic book gods has increased just as the perceived authority of the biblical God seems to have dissipated, with an unprecedented 20% of Americans now describing themselves as disconnected from organized religion? Batman and Superman may be beloved figures, but they offer a feeble substitute for the more significant, more richly human figures in Scripture. I'm Michael Medved.
Heather, my friend, you look awesome. How do you feel?
Man, Dr. Jimmy, I feel great. I've lost weight, and it's all thanks to Fat Loss DFW. I gotta say this. This has been the easiest way I've lost weight in my entire life. I used to struggle, and I was always hungry.
Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Promo time, promo time, promo time. I said that. I did that. What do you know? All right, it's promo time for those people that are watching us on television. This is where you get to hear me bumble through. By the way, in my own defense, I want to make something. Very, very clear to you. We don't have scripts. I'm making this up as I go along. Okay, so there you go. I'm not trying to read this. Trying to create it. It's different. Oh, stop it. I'm a Renaissance man ish. Okay. By golly, Irene Martin is an American hero. There's no doubt about it. The U.S. immigration official is going to be honored for what? We don't know. Yeah, she is a hero. She's going to be honored with a very high, prestigious agency award, but we don't know what she did to deserve it. All we know is that she kept federal officers away from the people involved in the San Bernardino killing. And she's getting an award? What the? We'll be talking about it next time on the Wells Report. Mark Davis, this one's got me scratching my head. Thanks very much for letting me come by and say hello on the Mark Davis Show while we wait for the Wells Report later on today. Irene Martin heads the San Bernardino U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services Office. Last December, she blocked 5 armed Department of Homeland Security agents from the man authorities say supplied the firepower in the deadly San Bernardino terrorist attack. Why did she do this? I don't know. More importantly, why is she getting a prestigious from the president for it? We're getting to the bottom of this one on the Wells Report next time on 660 AM The Answer.
From American Standard to keep you cool all summer long and lower your electricity bill.
For a limited time, get up to an additional $2,500 off from your utility provider, making comfort the way you like it that much easier.
And remember, all new systems from North Texas Air include a lifetime labor and workmanship warranty.
Special financing available, subject to credit approval. Call North Texas Air, your independent American Standard Air dealer, for details at 972-535-4858. That's 972-535-4858. Or visit northtxair.com. It's the original Fort Worth Gun Show this weekend only at the Will Rogers Memorial Center. Don't be confused. This is the biggest and the best with the most new and used guns, knives, ammo, home defense, hunting, tactical, military collectibles, camo, apparel, optics, reloading, and more. Over 1,200 tables all under one roof. Come and buy, sell, or trade. Visit our website, premiergunshows.com, or call 817-732-1194. That's the original Fort Worth Gun Show at Will Rogers Memorial Center this weekend only.
If you've got questions, we've got answers. 660 AM, The Answer. If it's important to you, it's on the Wells Report on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. And so, after being burned with "you can keep your doctor if you want to," Obamacare, after being burned that the Benghazi killing of Chris Stevens, the ambassador, was caused by a video made in San Diego, after being burned time and time again, Kathleen Sebelius, absolutely destroyed by the Obama administration trying to explain why it was that the VA had killed 307,000 veterans waiting for care, and not a single person has been fired yet. And I forgot Ben Rhodes. Yeah, the little varmint. Ben Rhodes is the guy that created a vast left-wing echo chamber to mislead and misdirect not just the American people, but a sycophantic press that has absolutely no problem. I mean, all they had to do was tell the press what to write. They would have written it. But no, what they did was they went out and they made fun of the fact that none of the major news organizations in this nation have foreign bureaus anymore. And that the people sitting at the desks responsible for foreign news can be easily manipulated. And so it was easy to manipulate the American people into some sort of not running in the streets with pitchforks and torches over the Iran nuclear deal. The president of the United States says, well, you know, they're going to be able to continue working on their nuclear ambitions, but they won't have a bomb, ever. That is a crock. Here's the way this works. You need enriched uranium to power your reactor. A particular enrichment creates more plutonium after the reaction's over. And what you build nuclear weapons with is plutonium, not uranium. And all you have to do to make plutonium is run uranium through a nuclear power plant. And they have lots of those, including the Russian designs that make a lot of plutonium. And the president knows all this. Ben Rhodes knows all this. Ben Rhodes lied to the American people, continued to lie to the American people, set it up so that other people would lie on his behalf to the American people, some knowing it, some without knowing it, all doing the very important work of the Obama administration. And so when I see this Miguel character made up out of the back lot of a telenovela from Mexico City, sitting there saying that he was Omar Mateen's gay lover, you know what I say? I say it's a conspiracy. I say it's a conspiracy that at least does the Obama administration's bidding and giving them a new narrative. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because this president lies, has lied, has been proven to lie, altered the transcripts of the Orlando shooter in order to take the sting of the fact that there is terrorist Islam. And the terrorist Islamists kill people because they kill people because they kill people. And he wanted a different narrative. And Univision, the home of Jorge Ramos, gave us Miguel, the guy who says, yeah, Omar Mateen liked to cuddle. The guy never cuddled with Omar Mateen. The only thing that looks like this guy ever cuddled with was a canteen of tequila. He's rough. This is the Wells Report on 660 AM The Answer.
I used to love wearing dresses and shorts. Then I started getting spider veins, and even worse, those embarrassing, bulging, varicose veins. For a while, I covered up my legs, but then I discovered Vein Clinics of America.
Vein Clinics of America is the oldest, largest, most experienced vein treatment center in the U.S. And for 35 years, they've been the leading expert in the treatment of vein disease. Using state-of-the-art laser and minimally invasive treatments, they can begin restoring the natural beauty of your legs in as little as an hour with no downtime, and most treatments are covered by your insurance.
My legs look great and feel great. I even love wearing summer dresses and shorts again.
Make sure your legs look and feel their best for summer. Call now and schedule a free fast-track consultation to find out how you can finally get rid of those embarrassing varicose and spider veins. Space is limited, so call 800-375-4806. That's 800-375-4806. 800-375-4806.
When the Texas storms hit, if your home is damaged, your first phone calls are very important. Sure, you call insurance, but who's next? Hey, it's Mark Davis. My choice is Compassion Roofing for roof damage and anything else around the house. Compassion Roofing owner Corey McLaughlin explains how he can help you get just the right result from the insurance process.
It's absolutely in the homeowner's best interest to have someone like me out there to, meet and greet the adjuster and show them all of the damage that we see and that we have found. Kind of slow them down a little bit. A lot of times adjusters, they're great people. They're in a hurry. They want to get the job done and move on to the next home. We like to slow them down and show them everything that we're seeing.
Roofs or any remodeling project after storm damage or just a home improvement you've been dreaming of. Everybody needs a little compassion. Give them a call, 855-ROOF-107. That's 855-ROOF-107, 855-ROOF-107, or CompassionRoofing.com. 855-ROOF-107.
Acme Home Insurance.
Yes, I'd like to make a claim.
What are you wanting to claim, sir?
My air conditioner broke down.
Sorry, but your home insurance doesn't cover air conditioner breakdowns.
So what do you cover?
Home damage from things like earthquakes, volcanoes, a zombie apocalypse.
A zombie apocalypse? But that'll never happen.
But if it did, you'd be covered, sir.
But not my air conditioner?
I'm afraid not.
But his air conditioner could have been covered with a home warranty from American Home Shield, plus components of 20 other major home systems and appliances, like his electrical system, plumbing, refrigerator, and more. For valuable free information, call 1-800-400-3230. Home insurance can cover what might happen.
Zombies are coming!
But a home warranty helps cover what will happen.
Now the dryer won't work.
Life happens. Have a plan. Get a home warranty from American Home Shield. For valuable free information, call 1-800-400-3230. That's 1-800-400-3230. 1-800-400-3230.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. I'll bet you've heard a lot about the money you can save leasing a car versus buying. Well, now there's a way to save even more. Brass Hat Leasing. In car lingo, a brass hat vehicle is a program car, factory demo, extremely low miles, very near showroom condition. But since it can't be titled as new, you save a bunch. Go to brasshatleasing.com. Shop through the inventory, see and drive the car you want at their location near DFW Airport, or just order and take delivery. Brass Hat Leasing, with a wide selection of makes and models, featuring leases and even sales, if you like, of these next to new vehicles, giving you a huge savings opportunity. In fact, here's the Brass Hat Leasing deal of the day.
It's a 39-month lease for a 2016 Chrysler 200 Limited. Only $999 down, including TT&L. Original MSRP, $25,590. You get it for just $319 a month.
So close to new, yet so much more affordable. BrassHatLeasing.com. 855-998-2202. 855-998-2202. 898-2202 or brasshatleasing.com.
Be a part of history. Come spend an evening with the artist that has inspired, encouraged, and shaped your faith for over 30 years. Sandy Patty's Forever Grateful, the Farewell Tour, 7 p.m. Sunday night, October 30th. Gateway Church. Tickets available now for your last chance to see Sandy Patty on tour at premierproductions.com. Don't wait, this concert is selling fast. Produced by Fill the Gap Concerts.
It's Mark Davis with one of your prime summer needs, a good carpet cleaning. Summer is a busy time, so call Zero Res. Call them often. It's a $33 per room carpet cleaning special, 214-37-CLEAN. 214-37-CLEAN. They'll do the carpets. While they're there, let them do hardwood floors, granite countertops, drapes, upholstery. When they're done cleaning whatever you want, 2 free passes to any of the 5 DFW Hawaiian Falls water parks. It's Zero Res, the best carpet cleaning, and so much more. I use them. You should too. 214-37-CLEAN.
660 AM, The Answer. 660 AM, TheAnswer.com. Only for Texas. This is the Wells Report on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. Bruce in Farmers Branch, welcome to the Wells Report.
Well, JD, how are you, my buddy?
I am fine, my friend. How are you?
Okay. Sold the house, moving to Plano.
You sold the house and moved to Plano out of Farmers Branch?
How about off the golf course into an apartment?
What's going on, man?
Well, finances just...
Yes, dang it.
Oh, you know,
so you're ready for a little prosperity? Maybe America First prosperity?
Well, I'm hoping it's a new lease on life, and candidly, even though it's a radio and there are people listening, I also might be going through a divorce in about 3 months also.
Oh, man.
John, one day, a cup of coffee or out of the station, and we'll chat.
Sounds good, man. Be strong. Be strong.
Yeah, it's when you hear, when we sit and chat, you hear, you will go, oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, I've had a few years like that. I think I've been through what you're about to tell me about. Yeah.
Yeah, with your first wedding, your first wife. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. That's it. Well, it was really my own fault. I mean, it was
tango.
Well, it was interracial. I was an Earthling. She was a Romulan.
Okay, but it takes 2 to tango.
No, she's a wolf. Anyway, you were saying?
I was talking with my father-in-law, who's 82, kind of a common sense guy, lives up almost in your neck of the woods.
Yes, sir.
Lewis, Delaware. Right?
Okay.
Beach.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And we were just talking tonight about Hillary.
Yes.
And I asked him, I says, Jim, I just don't understand why people think she hung the moon. And when you look at what she's done, everything from when she was on, you know whose issue they were fighting, right? Yeah. From there, Vince Foster, everything. If you don't have the smoking gun, it gets back to it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, smells like a duck. Damn it, it's a duck.
It's a duck. Yeah.
So if you look at everything she's done, and then the Benghazi, and then the uranium deal, just everything. And I could go on for hours, but just everything. I said, Jim, how can he sits around with about 8 guys, coffee, donuts. Matter of fact, one guy is the Democrat congressman for Lewis, Delaware, and he thinks like me, pretty conservative. But I said, why? What? Clue me in. I'm stupid. And he said, Bruce, they say that all the stuff against Hillary, it's all lies. All lies. And I'm going, you're kidding me. And he said, no. So I am guessing Donald has got to go and hammer, and then other people are going to have to go. They have to. If you knew what she's done, I'm okay with you saying, I know she's done all of that. She's this, she's that. but I still want to vote for her. I could deal with that. But when you say that they're all lies, if I didn't have flat screen TVs, I'd be shooting 9mm through them. They're too expensive.
Yeah, you got to keep your TVs, man. You may have to give up the golf course view, but in the apartment, you got to have your flat screens, man.
Well,
Protect
it's
them.
horrible.
Yes.
Hey, listen, it's been too long since we talked. Thanks for chewing the fat.
Great hearing from you, man.
You are just doing bang up job, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And, peace, love, Woodstock.
Yeah, you too, brother. God
Stay
bless.
well.
Hey, keep your chin up. Everything's going to be fun, I swear. 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. So you're still not convinced the president might be lying to you? Newly obtained congressional data shows hundreds of terror plots have been stopped in the U.S. since 9/11, mostly involving foreign-born suspects, including dozens of refugees. The files are sure to inflame the debate over the Obama administration's plan to admit thousands more refugees from Syria and elsewhere, a proposal Donald Trump has vehemently opposed on the 2016 campaign trail. These data make clear the United States not only lacks the ability to properly screen individuals prior to their arrival, but also our nation has an unprecedented assimilation problem. This according to Jeff Sessions of Alabama and Ted Cruz of Texas. The files give fresh insight to the true scope of the terror threat and cover a wide range of cases, including a Seattle man plotting to attack a U.S. military facility, an Atlantic City man using his Revolution Muslim site to encourage confrontations with U.S. Jewish leaders at their homes, an Iraq refugee arrested in January accused of traveling to Syria to take up arms with terror groups. While the June 12th massacre at an Orlando gay nightclub marked the deadliest terror attack on U.S. soil since 2001, the data shows America has been facing a steady stream of plots. For the period September 2001 through 2014, the data shows the U.S. successfully prosecuted 580 individuals for terrorism and terror-related cases. Further, since early 2014, at least 131 individuals were identified as being implicated in terror. 2001 through 2014, 13 years. 13 years. $13 years. 580 individuals arrested in 13 years. That's 44 every year. Rounded up 45 guys every year, 45 terrorists every year. 580 individuals in 13 years prosecuted for terrorism and terror-related cases. That's 4 every month. Did you hear about any of those cases? I do a news show. I didn't hear anything about those cases. Why wouldn't we hear anything about terror cases? Oh, because there isn't a Muslim terror problem in the United States. Oh. Across both those groups, senators reported at least 40 people initially admitted to the U.S. as refugees later were convicted or implicated in terror cases. Among the 580 convicted, they say, at least 380 were foreign-born. The top countries of origin were, get a load of this, Pakistan, Lebanon, Somalia, as well as the Palestinian territories. The garden spot of love and understanding around the planet. Both Sessions and Cruz sit on the Senate Judiciary Subcommittee on Immigration and the National Interest, which compiled the terror case information based on data from the Justice Department. They also got information from news reports and other open source information. The files were shared with Fox News and now you. They include dates, states of residence, countries for origin of foreign-born suspects, reams of other details. Specifically, they show a sharp spike in cases in 2015, largely stemming from the arrest of suspects claiming allegiance to the Islamic State. They also show a heavy concentration of cases involving suspects from California, Texas, New York, and Minnesota. Isn't that strange? Convicted terrorists since 9/11 by allegiance. Al-Qaeda leads the way. Hezbollah, FARC, Al-Shabaab, Hamas, Lashkar-e-Taiba, or Taiba, the Tamil Tigers, Taliban, Al-Qaeda, Taliban, on and on and on. While we have more and more terror attacks, apparently we have fewer and fewer arrests for them. The senators say the terror case repository is still missing critical details on suspects' immigration history, which they say the Department of Homeland Security has failed to provide. They can't possibly not have the information. Remember, the President of the United States said it takes 2 years to properly vet someone coming from Syria. These people have been waiting at least 2 years before they become Americans. Apparently not. Or if they wait 2 years, they waited for nothing. Sessions and Cruz asked the president in their letter to order the Departments of Justice, Homeland Security, and State to update and provide more detailed information. The senators have sent several letters to those departments since last year, requesting immigration histories of those tied to terror. The administration refuses to give out the information necessary to establish a sound policy that protects Americans from terror. Don't want us to be able to defend ourselves. That's plain. They're still sitting in the House chamber of the U.S. Capitol doing their dead level best to keep the weapons necessary to defend yourself from Islamic terrorists out of your hands. They're still doing it. It's been over 12 hours now. They're still there trying to keep weapons out of your hands so that you can die gloriously, so that somebody can meet on the steps of the Capitol and sing a sad song in your honor. How about this? How about we start working so that you can, get a weapon that will stand up to what you're going to be confronted with, teach you how to use it. How about that? You may not make it, but you know what? You will at least have a chance, a fighting chance. Unless the Democrats have their way, in which case you may not get a weapon at all. Well, maybe they'll give you the Presidential Medal of Freedom posthumously. That ought to cheer up your kids. The administration refuses to give out the information necessary to establish a sound policy that protects Americans from terrorists. Asked about the complaints, DHS spokeswoman Jillian Christensen told Fox News the department will respond to the senator's request directly and not through the press. Sure. More than 100 congressional committees, subcommittees, caucuses, commissions, and groups exercise oversight and ensure accountability of the DHS. We work closely with them on a daily basis. We've received unprecedented requests from a number of senators and representatives for physical paper files for more than 700 aliens, she said. I'll bet. Adding the officials have to review each page manually for privacy and other issues. What other issues? You mean you're redacting these statements redacting them. Why? Why are you keeping that information away from us? The allegations detailed in the subcommittee's research pertain to a range of cases involving suspects caught traveling or trying to travel overseas to fight, as well as suspects ensnared in controversial sting operations in which civil liberties groups, including the ACLU, have been critical of. In a 2014 report, Human Rights Watch said nearly half the federal counterterror convictions at the time came from information-based cases, many of them sting operations where the informants played a role in the plot. You know, like the kid that wanted to blow up Fountain Place. You know why Fountain Place is still standing? Because he found FBI agents acting like Al-Qaeda terrorists instead of Al-Qaeda terrorists acting like Al-Qaeda terrorists. This is the Wells Report.
This is Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, and I'd like to invite you to join the show every Sunday morning. We're actually trying to convert the world to organics. We talk about the natural organic program for farming, ranching, gardening, and pest control. Also, a lot of talk about health issues for animals and people. Hope you can join us for all the fun.
Make sure to tune in to Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, every Sunday morning from 8 to 11 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
Do you have a family? Would you like to help make sure they'll be taken care of if anything were to happen to you? If you answered yes, you probably need life insurance. Now, do you think life insurance is expensive? If you answered yes to that too, you definitely need to give AIG Direct a call. We could find you a $250,000 policy for just $14 a month, which means you could save hundreds of dollars a year. Call us now for a free, no-obligation quote. 1-800-600-6316. Since 1995, we've helped millions of people find out if they could save up to 70% on their term life insurance. See how affordably we can help you protect your family. Call AIG Direct now for your free quote. 1-800-600-6316. You could save up to 70%. That's 1-800-600-6316. 1-800-600-6316.
Why are so many people turning to the Nutrimost system at Fat Loss DFW? I'll let my buddy Nick tell you.
Well, first of all, I've lost weight.
Yeah, you have.
31 pounds. Heather, I know you lost 36 pounds.
I have, and I did.
And that's awesome. But here's the best part. When you're done with the 40-day program, you're not taking supplements. You're not eating protein bars. Forget that packaged food.
Ugh, packaged food. What is that stuff anyway, dude?
I don't think it's food. And you don't have to eat it with Fat Loss DFW because their program works.
I'm Dr. Jimmy from Fat Loss DFW, and I love hearing things like this. People lose the weight, they lose the fat, they keep it off, and there is no weird maintenance program afterwards. When you're done, you're done. You're lean, you're mean, you're healthy for life.
I'm telling you it works. So here's what you need to do. Make the decision right now to make the change. Pick up the phone, dial 844-801-THIN, 844-801-THIN, or go to the web. Look up fatlossdfw.com now.
Are you ready for the vacation of a lifetime? Then get on board for the Storyteller Cruise with 660 AM, The Answer. Join us October 23rd through the 30th with Matthew West. Along with pastor and Bible teacher Greg Laurie.
The highest calling of God is what God has called you to be. There is no higher thing. We're all called to do something.
Selah. Mr. Talkbox, and more. You and your family will travel aboard Holland America's New Amsterdam as we travel to Grand Turks, San Juan, St. Martin, and more. Best of all, enjoy music and inspiration from Matthew West and Pastor Greg Laurie. Space is very limited. Get details now at 660amtheanswer.com. We'll see you on the Storyteller Cruise from 660 AM, The Answer.
Have you ever considered joining the military but stopped because you couldn't deploy to a foreign country? Believe it or not, the state of Texas has its own military force that stands alongside the Texas National Guard, the Texas Air National Guard, and serves only inside the state of Texas. It's called the Texas State Guard. I'm Tech Sergeant John Wells of the 4th Air Wing, and we're looking for you to join us. Give us a call at 877-398 398-8. If you love Texas as much as we do, join the 4th Air Wing of the Texas State Guard.
We have a special free Money Matters retirement seminar 10 a.m. Saturday in the Money Matters building in Plano or 1 p.m. Hilton, Arlington. If you're retired or retiring soon, don't miss it. Learn to take advantage of gains when possible while protecting your retirement from a stock market crash. Find out how to properly diversify your portfolio, the best time to take Social Security, 5 strategies to save on income tax, how to plan for price increases and inflation, plus more. Register at moneymatters.net. That's moneymatters.net or call 800-994-0302.
You know, I'm not a genius about money. I love my credit cards, and they love me. I was using them as a source of income, and then I got behind in my payments, and creditors were calling. I heard about Trinity, so I called and talked to a counselor. Now I've got one easy monthly payment, a lower interest rate, and I'm getting out of debt.
If your debt has you down, we should talk. Call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976. 1-800-990-6976.
You can listen on the go. Find us on iHeartRadio. 660
Nancy Pelosi is still there.
The Answer. The Wells Report. A daily good old-fashioned North Texas barbecue of anybody trying to take advantage of us on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. Headed up towards midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning in Washington, D.C., and the Democrats are still making idiots out of themselves. How can a party that has been so wrong about so many things for so long still have a shred enough credibility to be able to do any business? You know, there are a lot of people that believe everything that that party says. I don't know how. It baffles my mind. How many times this party has been shown to be wrong, shown to have lied, how many people they have damaged beyond repair, and people, for whatever reason, still support the people involved, the players. This party that seems to be politically motivated to do one thing very, very well. Let's punish we the people. They campaign for our votes, they get our votes, and then they beat the crap out of us until the next election. And we keep letting it happen. The executive producer of the Wells Report is Vicki Stifer. Technical director, conductor of the Wells Report Orchestra is Magic Matt Swinney. My name's Jon-David Wells. God bless you. Take care. We'll see you again tomorrow night for another edition of the Wells Report.
Join the financial diva, Victoria Woods, and investment advisor Damon King Saturday at 10 a.m. for It's All About the Money, Honey. Concerned about protecting your hard-earned dollars from another market crash? Need a simple plan for not outliving your money or keeping Uncle Sam out of your pocket? Victoria and Damon blend real-world stories with a dose of humor and homespun wisdom. To send your burning money questions and learn your risk speed limit, go to chapelwood.com. That's chapelwood.com. Then listen Saturday at 10 a.m. on 660 AM The Answer for It's All About the Money, Honey.
You can buy your next gun anywhere, but there's nowhere like the Texas Gun Pros. There are gun shows, big box stores, and even the occasional eccentric dealer. But there is no one like the Texas Gun Pros. Texas Gun Pros are truly your pros for all your gun needs, bringing you big store selection with a local family experience. There truly is no one like Texas Gun Pros. What else makes the Texas Gun Pros stand out from the rest? An online catalog with hundreds of guns, guaranteed to have the one you're looking for. Texas Gun Pros is the only place in North Texas that can give you the gun you want for the price you can afford. Don't miss out on the amazing selection and friendly staff at Texas Gun Pros. Stop by their North Richland Hills location or visit them on the web at texasgunpros.com. That's texasgunpros.com. texasgunpros.com. And see how it feels to be a member of the Texas Gun Pros family.
John Truitt, CEO of Simple Sleep Services here. You've probably heard Mark Davis talk about sleep apnea and snoring. If you're ready to stop snoring and treat your sleep apnea, you have options. Wear a big, bulky CPAP mask, have surgery, and deal with the recovery and downtime. Or go with the simple solution. The Simple Sleep system from Simple Sleep Services is a compact, comfortable, custom fit solution that's proven to stop snoring and treat your sleep apnea. It's covered by most medical insurance. No mood-killing mask, no pain or downtime, just a better night's sleep for you and the one next to you. Stop dreaming about a better night's sleep. Learn more at simplesleepservices.com or call 469-685-1700. That's 469-685-1700 or click simplesleepservices.com. The choice is simple. Go to simplesleepservices.com. Offices conveniently located in both Dallas and Fort Worth. Stop snoring, sleep healthy, live life.
660 AM The Answer. KSKY Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. The official radio station of Decision 2016. The most important election of our lifetime.
Fox News Radio, I'm Rich Dennison. Democrats chanted and shouted over Speaker Paul Ryan as he gavelled the House into session late Wednesday night.
House to be in order.
This followed a day-long sit-in by Democrats who want to vote on gun control before the House goes into its summer recess. Former House Speaker Dennis Hastert now in a federal prison to serve a 15-month sentence.
He pleaded guilty to charges that he tried to skirt financial reporting rules for large when the victim got sentenced in Illinois high school in the 60s and 70s.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. A plane with 2 sick U.S. workers arrived safely in Chile late Wednesday after leaving Antarctica in a daring rescue mission from a remote South Pole research station. Fox News. We report, you decide.
This is 660 AM The Answer.
Having financial independence and wealth empowerment is the American dream. Host Dave and Loretta Renz will help you learn what the wealthy already know, how to get strong returns and never lose your principal. That's the Heroes Talk Radio way. You'll also learn about the secrets to planning a tax-free retirement income. So tune in to Heroes Talk Radio every Sunday at 5 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer.
Dennis Gibbs, the boat guy here, host of the Big Boat and Outdoor Show, sponsored by DallasBoatsForSale.com. Let me break it down for you. We talk about boats and boating, boat ramps, marinas, lakes and water levels, boat sales, sailboats, sailing, anchoring, sinking, grounding, buying, selling, and enjoying the fun out on the water. You picking up what I'm putting down? If it floats, we talk about it every Saturday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer.
We are visiting our friend Chef Tom Fleming at Crossroads Diner. What do you have cooking today, Tom?
We've talked before, and it's great to talk to you again. Let me ask you a question. When you're going to those other breakfast places, are they making stuff in-house? You should ask them. Because at the Crossroads Diner, well, we make a lot of things in-house. You might ask, what? Well, let me help you. Well, there's the sticky buns, our homemade pancake mix, our whole wheat pancake mix, biscuits made in-house, sauces made from scratch, jams and jellies, our chorizo, Italian sausage, our quiche. I could go on, but really, you just need to ask the other guys, are they doing that? Because I don't think they are, but know that we are.
Crossroads Diner. Come eat with them at their new location, now at the corner of Preston and Campbell in the Kroger Shopping Center. Open for breakfast and lunch, Tuesday through Sunday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Or visit them on the web at crossroads-diner.com. Home-style goodness meets traditional diner. Great recipes, fresh ingredients, comfortable environment, and genuine hospitality are the heart and soul of Crossroads Diner. They'll be waiting for you.
This is Michael Medved for townhall.com. Comic book superheroes have come to dominate popular culture as never before. Of the top 10 opening weekends in Hollywood history, 7 of them featured superheroes from Marvel or DC Comics. Most recently, Iron Man and other luminaries from the Marvel galaxy co-starred with Captain America in Civil War, which earned nearly $200 million in its first 3 days of release. These familiar figures, each with distinctive powers, personalities, and backstories, function as Olympians for the ancient Greeks or Norse gods for the Vikings. Is it a coincidence that the power of these comic book gods has increased just as the perceived authority of the biblical God seems to have dissipated, with an unprecedented 20% of Americans now describing themselves as disconnected from organized religion? Batman and Superman may be beloved figures, but they offer a feeble substitute for the more significant, more richly human figures in Scripture. I'm Michael Medved.
Dude, do you hear that? What is that? That doesn't sound good.
Oh man, this isn't good at all.
Hold on.
Let me see what this does. Is it better?
Nope. I'm pretty sure this is the opposite of better. Wait a minute, what are we gonna do? This is awful.
Looks like you need the help of American Leak Detection.
American Leak Detection.
Oh, man, it's Will Nell with American Leak Detection.
Save us!
No worries, guys. American Leak Detection has been around for more than 25 years, detecting and repairing hidden leaks in your home. Plus, we do all this without cutting huge holes in your wall.
Thanks, American Leak Detection.
American Leak Detection. Leak detection without destruction.
Just go to alddfw.com next time to get a hold of us. It's much easier.
American Leak Detection.
Hi, folks. Bill Thomas here with Accurate Foundation Repairs. If you think your home has foundation issues, we'll send one of our highly trained technicians out to give you a free, accurate assessment of your home's foundation at no charge. Accurate Foundation Repair is the only company in the industry that has its warranty backed up by a third-party insurance company. Structure home warranty. Call Accurate Foundation Repair now, 972-623-2500 at AccurateFoundationRepair.com.
Accurate Foundation Repair. We give you a lift for the whole lot less.
In Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 2, God says, "Write in a book all the words I've spoken to you." Is there a story in you today? Have you ever felt urged by God to write those words in a book? Zulon Press is the largest, most experienced Christian self-publisher in the world, and they're offering a free publishing guide at ChristianPublishingGuide.com. They've helped thousands of people just like you tell their stories and touch thousands of lives.
Share your story and find out more today at 660amtheanswer.com. Visit 660amtheanswer.com now.
Saying I don't know is no longer acceptable. This is 660 AM, The Answer.
Are you employed, sir? Employed? You don't go out looking for a job dressed like that, do you? On a weekday? Is this what day is this? Well, I do work, sir. So if you don't mind. No, I do mind. The dude minds. This will not stand, you know? This aggression will not stand, man. Just as every bum's lot in life is his own responsibility, regardless of who he chooses to blame. Condolences! The bum's lost. My advice to you is to do what your parents did. Get a job, sir.
The following has been rated PC for politically correct. Pay attention, you just may learn something.
It's the Sage, Larry Elder.
Larry Elder here, the sage from South Central, the Prince of Pico Union, the Czar of Common Sense, the Great Eldersky, Don Lorenzo. Welcome to the program. No victocrats allowed because we've got a country to save. So let's get her teed up.
You want to play what? Say hello to my little friend. What the hell's going on out here?
Ooh, that's a bingo. And this is Larry Elder, absolutely, quite positively, no S. The number is 888-971-SAGE, 888-971-7243. It is a 24/7 line. Feel free to call, leave a message. A lot of people last night wanted to talk about my caller, Mark. You'll hear more about that later on. And try and keep your call under 60 seconds. It'll enhance the chances of it actually making on the air. And try to make sure the quality is as good as possible. A lot of times people call and the quality is just so bad we can't play it, even though what you're saying is interesting, the content is interesting, it's a good challenge, it's a good criticism, it's a good whatever. But if we can't play it on the air in good quality, it just drives people crazy. So please try and pay attention to the device that you use. Make sure it's a clear device. And no N-words or F-bombs, por favor. Remember, on tomorrow, we're having an open house here at my Glendale studios in beautiful downtown Glendale, KRLA, about the cruise that we're going on in August, 9 days, all inclusive. It is cruising the coast of Portugal and the coast of Spain with ports of call in places like Casablanca. I'll give you the number in just a second. Brad, can you bring that number again in for me? The one right there. I can't see it from here. I've got a lot of talent, but I can't see that far away. Thank you very much. And you can go to 800-994-5538, 800-994-5538 to RSVP. Spaces are limited, as they say. Thank you, Brad. Appreciate it. Now, so much to get to today. Donald Trump gave a full-throated speech about what his policies are, about how bad Hillary is. Hillary gave a full-throated speech about what her policies are and how bad Donald Trump is. And I will be appearing tonight on the Sean Hannity show to talk about what Trump said about unemployment and employment for blacks and for Hispanics. So be sure and check out the Sean Hannity show tonight. I think it's 7 o'clock Pacific time, and it repeats again at 10 o'clock at night Pacific time. And tomorrow morning, I'll be on the Fox Business show on the Stuart Varney show, and that'll be around 8:30 or so a.m. Pacific time. Enough about me. Here's what I want to start with. We're going to talk about this this push for more gun control legislation, and John Lewis, who marched with Martin Luther King, gave a full-throated denunciation of the Republicans that are